So the second thing I want to talk about as I get close to being done is NIST also has the cybersecurity framework. How many of you guys are familiar with the NIST cybersecurity framework? I love it. See, and how many of you, most of you are probably not like IT folks, right? When I asked that question 5 years ago, way less people. 10 years, nobody knows what it is. And so it's awesome to see that a lot of people understand that. Just for those of you that don't, it's really easy to explain. They just take all of cybersecurity NIST does and they kind of put it into 5 domains. The first is identify, the second is protect, the third is detect, the fourth is respond, and then last is recover. So it's this idea of when I'm outlining and building a security program at my organization, how can I have like a framework like the CSF to know what goes into it? A good similar example of this is like a house. The thing with a house is I don't go to a builder and just go, hey, build me a house. It should look like I want brick and just make it happen. He's like, all right, cool. And he just starts building it. No, he's got some kind of blueprint. He understands the framework to build that house, starting with the footers, and you know the drill that goes through. You don't just willy-nilly build a house. And cybersecurity is the same way. We don't just build cybersecurity and just throw things to the wall and see what sticks. It may feel like that way to you, but CSF is really good about giving us a pathway for this. If you want to know more, ask the folks here. They know all about the CSF and can really help you understand that journey. So I say this. We have a challenge with the CSF. If you look, here's how I want you to think about it today. So identify, protect, detect, respond, recover. If you look at that as a journey of maturity, starting with identify, here's where most organizations are at today. They're really good at identifying. Things like I have a vulnerability scanner in place, I know my users that are in my organization, I have an asset list, I have those things. Same with protect, the second one. A lot of us are good at protect. We have firewalls in place, we have like spam controls in place, we have antivirus in place, we got our protect stuff down pat. What's the problem? The problem is most of us stop there. And when we say this whole thing, going back to it's not a question of if, but when, what we're really saying is at some point, prevention controls are going to fail. That's the reality. When the breach happens is when all the stuff we did to stop the breach, they don't work and something happens. And we know this happens because you just pull the newspaper out today and you'll see a breach somewhere, large, small, local, international, wherever, you're gonna see it happen. So prevention eventually fails. That's an incontrovertible fact, right? There's one absolute truth for sure, is prevention controls will eventually fail.